What is up, guys? It is Brad Mew here, bringing you guys your Season 1 playoffs, Round 1. This match here was either for, basically there was two matches. The people that made it into the playoffs were me, the Grassy Raikous, my opponent, Toronto Blue Shaymins, Black Sea Samurats, and the Roaring Shadow, Aaron Cham. There's four matches. It's me, uh, versus Kingdra, and then it's Samurats versus Aaron Chem. So um, basically, these matches determine the winners determine and the losers determine who's going to be going against each other next week for the final match of the season. Before this video starts, please drop a like below to support your Grassy Raikous. Season 2, I'm really hoping for Season 2 we can really turn out better. Then again, I did not expect it to make the playoffs as well, but by this point, I'm really kind of figuring out some of the flaws with the draft that I did pick for this first season. All those flaws are going to be completely scrapped next season. Next season is going to be a completely new Pokemon board. A few mons on the roster I barely even used that I did draft. I really don't know why I chose them at the time. This next time we draft, I'm going to make sure I use absolutely everything to the advantage, because I actually tried one of the mons. Zangoose has not came since I think week 3 or 4. I decided to try this week because I thought it was going to be kind of throw my opponent off guard by me bringing it. Then again, it is a very good late game sweeper, which I was hoping to use it for in this battle. We're bringing some different sets this week as well. My opponent's team really counters my team though. I did not bring the Chansey or the Fortress. The Fortress being because the Charizard it was there. I do not want to bring that. And the Chansey because he does have either the Breloom or the Hitmonlee, which came, and he actually brought the Hitmonlee. But I could have probably played around the Hitmonlee as well, so I probably should have brought my Chansey this week. That was one of the big things that really cost me this match. Hope you guys stick around to the end of this video, so you guys do want to know. Basically, the two winners of this week are going to be going on next week to battle for first and second place in this season, and the two losers from this week are going to be battling each other next week to determine third and fourth place. So you guys will find out who did win and who did lose by the end of the video. So hopefully you guys do stand around for that. My opponent's team really does counter mine. I really should have brought the Chansey. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was really scared by his fighting types though. I should have brought it anyways, because I could have played around it very well. Also, I could have brought the Mew as a defensive Mew instead, and completely just take away the Weezing. So I should have really thought this team out a little bit better. Even though I did spend about an hour and a half putting this team together, with a few friends' opinions and stuff like that, and I did a couple mock battles as well. This team was not the best team I ever made. I do admit that. It does have a lot of flaws. One, I think we have two ground weaknesses being the Klefki and the Charizard, which really bad. Because he does have the Red Rock this week, and the Greydilly, which could have Earth Power. I don't know why the camera always does that switching shit. Stop. I don't know why it does that. If anybody knows how to fix that, please hit me up. But we're going to be bringing the Switcheroo Klefki from last week. I'm actually bringing it with the Toxic Orb. The Toxic Orb doesn't affect me because I am a Steel type, so I cannot get Toxic. I can hold on to it as long as I want until I want to switch it off on the right time. I'm actually bringing the same set as week as well, just a different item, Toxic Orb. I was hoping he would bring the Porygon. The main plan behind this is if we would bring the Porygon, I would switcheroo the Eviolite off and give it the Toxic Orb, and I would carry the Eviolite around until I can swap it onto something different, maybe the Hitmonlee on a switch in, or something or like the Greydilly, and get some leftovers back for recovery. That's really the thing behind this set. Also run the Thunder Wave to slow down things on his team. Spikes, because I do not have anything that can set up hazards except the Klefki this week, so I really had to rely on Spikes this week since the Fortress is really shut down my opponent's team. And the Play Rough, because it does do a decent amount to Hitmonlee and Breloom if he does want to bring those. So then we're actually running a special defensive Mew. I'm actually running a Rest Sleep Talk set. This set really bites me in the ass in this match. I really maybe should have brought Soft Boiled or a Roost set like last time I actually went against Kingdra. Not running the energy Ball either, because I thought it was going to be a little bit too predictable that I've been running the same set as last time. I maybe should have brought the same set as last time, but it probably would have worked a lot better than this set. Basically, the thing behind this was actually if he wants to go for his Toxic, I get the Synchronize on anything that is not a Steel type or a Toxic type or a Poison type. And basically, I can just rest off the Toxic, sit in there, Dragon Tail things out with Sleep Talk, and I have the Psychic for Hitmonlee and stuff like that to get a little bit damage. However, it does not do much damage anyway because I'm not invested in Special Attack. So I'm max Special Defense, plus Special Defensive Nature, and max HP. Also bringing the Zangoose this week. Sengo is going to be coming with us this week. Finally brought him off the bench from like week 3 or 4. My least used draft. I really regret actually drafting this thing right now. It has completely let me down for the last shitload of weeks that I did, or the week I did bring it. These last 2 weeks that I did bring this thing. There's a reason why I haven't been bringing it. It really just let me down. Being going base 90 speed, it really sucks for this thing. I really thought this thing would actually be more beneficial. I can't even say it. Beneficial. It does do a lot of work once I do get my opponent's team down. If I did have the Stealth Rocks and the Spikes at the same time, this thing would be able to do a lot of work to my opponent's team. However, since it is only base 90 speed, it gets outsped on most of my opponent's team, and since my opponent's team is mostly bulkier mons, a close combat Toxic boosted will only take it down to about 90%, take only down about 90% health, and will still live, and will hit back with a hard hitting move, and that's pretty much done then. So definitely regret actually drafting this thing at this point. I'm gonna maybe try it again next week, because my opponent does have a lot of ice weaknesses. Maybe I can do something with that. I'm not quite sure if I want to use this again. I really want to at least take third, but Mega Charizard X, actually running the 6th, the bulky set from last week. Just because I knew I was going to be taking a few bulky hits from either the Regirock or the Fighting type City draft. With running the Roost, I actually switched out Earthquake with Roost because I did need some health recovery. That's what really was bad about the set last week, so I did improve on that. Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz, and Dragon Claw. Choice Scarf, Garchomp, Break, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Rock Slide for the Charizard. I do outspeed that once I am Choice Scarfed. And the Weezing, defensive Weezing. I'm actually running Infestation Weezing this week instead of Stockpile. Kind of regret running well, I'm not really sure if I should regret running Infestation or not because I did not use in this match. Did not get a chance to. But running the Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb, and Infestation. The plan was actually just keep Infestation on either like a Gastrodon or something, and it can't Toxic me back, so I can just sit and rack down the Toxic damage. You know it does have Recover. But he's going to leave with his Charizard, predicting my Klefki here. I actually really thought he was going to leave with either his Regirock here or his Gastrodon, so that's a bad prediction on my part. Right here, I'm going to go into my Special Defensive Wall. This is max Special Defense, max HP Mew, plus Special Defensive Nature, and look how much this Flamethrower fucking does. I really did not believe my eyes when I saw how much damage this did. I am so especially defensive on this thing. I really at this point really regretted not bringing Chansey this week. The only reason I really did not bring Chansey is because he has the Hitmonlee and the Breloom, like I said a little bit ago. I could have played around those though in this match though. If I would have brought my Chansey, I could have played around those very well. But I really did not bring it, so that's going to be one of the things that really hinders us from this match. So I might have to play around that very well. I bring another Flamethrower here. I thought I would be able to eat it up since it is resisted, but it still does over half to me. I am like, holy shit, this thing is completely tearing through my team. I need to get rid of this right now. I immediately kick Rock Slide here. He's going to go out to Regirock here. I actually do pick up a little bit of a crit right here. So able to pick up the crit right here. Does a little bit of damage. This thing is defensive, so I'm going to go right on the Weezing. He's going to set up his Stealth Rocks. Another thing about this, the team I did bring this week, since my 4-Edges is not here, I do not have a Rapid Spinner, and I did not bring a Defogger, so definitely next week I'm either going to bring a Rapid Spinner or a Defogger. I really regretted this match. I knew he was going to try to take advantage of the Stealth Rocks. I did not want him to set those up, though. So, and since my Garchomp was Choice Scarfed, I could not go for the Earthquake and knock that thing out, so that's what really bad right there. He's going to go to 3rd degree right here. I'm actually breaks double right there actually as well. I knew he was not going to stay in. Going to go with the Rock Slide here. I cannot over predict or anything like that. I know he's going to switch out to something. It does still a decent amount of this. I'm assuming it's a defensive Gastrodon like he's been usually running, because I do see later on in the match it does have the Rocky Helmet. Going to go to Mew here. These Stealth Rocks really hinder my team. Really hinder my Charizard as well this week. My least valuable member actually on the team was probably the Charizard and the Zangoose this week. Did not do absolutely shit in this match for me, since the Stealth Rocks were there. He knows I have to go for the rest here. Well, I don't know if he has the rest right now, but he either breaks the Energy Ball, he goes on to the Charizard right here. I'm just going to go for the rest. I need to get my health back right here. Also, I really get bad luck with this sleep talk right here. Literally 3 times in this match, I swear, 3 times in this match, I really needed the Dragon Tail when I was on the Charizard. I can take one hit from this thing and Dragon Tail it out and get it into something like his Cradily or his Regirock, or something that's at least bulking that I can outspeed and get some damage off on, and that could do much damage back to me. I really need these to hit, but I keep getting rest after rest after rest for Sleep Talk. This is not helping me one bit during this match. I was very frustrated at this point because Mew is supposed to help me out in this match. He's not. He's just sitting resting when he's even trying to sleep, and he's thinking about resting. So I really have to sack something off at this point. Basically, this thing tears through my team. The least valuable thing at this point, since the Stealth Rocks were up, was my Charizard, so I have to sack it off right here. Sadly, 6 is not going to be able to do any work this week. Would have really helped out against the Hitmonlee, because I know I can eat 2 Rock Slides up from the Hitmonlee and retaliate with a Flare Blitz and one-hit KO that thing, so very bad letting that go down early. Right here, I actually predicted him to switch out. He actually switched out 2 times already, so I took a big risk right here and went for the Earthquake. If he would have stayed in, he actually would have took my Garchomp out a little bit early. That would have really hindered me a lot. Earthquake does a decent amount to this thing, even though it is probably defensive. Gonna go to Klefki here, predicting either an Ice Beam or a Toxic. He's just gonna go for the cover though, so I really don't mind that one bit. Right here, I really needed to get my Toxic Orb out into this thing. I'm going to go for the switcheroo right here. I'm actually going to take away his Rocky Helmet, which really doesn't matter too much unless my Garchomp can actually start throwing out Dragon Claws now, I guess, without taking any damage. But the Stealth Rocks, I can only switch my Garchomp in only, it takes about 10 to 11 damage each time I switch in with the Stealth Rocks, so I can only switch it in about 5 to 6 more times before it does die. That, and if I do get outsped by absolutely anything, well, I actually won't because I'm Choice Scarf, but if I get any priority, I'm done anyways, so, on his second Scald, he's going to manage to pick up the really lucky burn right there, which really sucks for me, because now I'm not going to be able to live another one. I actually end up misclicking right here as well. I actually go for the Thunder Wave. I meant to go for the Spikes, set up a second layer of Spikes. Not quite sure how crucial that was in the match, but I'm pretty sure it cost me the match at this point. I was very thinking and stuff. And ended up clicking the damn Thunder Wave over the Spikes, so that really sucked. I was like, holy shit, I am fucked right now, but I'm going to go to Mew, because I can at least get one more Sleep Talk off. Right here, I was really hoping for me to get a Dragon Tail or something to get rid of this thing out of here. I really wanted either the Cradily or the Regirock to come in so I can at least rest up and at least get my health back and get some damage off on those while they are in. But I do manage to pick up a special defense drop, which isn't really too big of a deal, because he's probably going to switch out on the next turn anyways. Ice Beam is going to come my way. I don't know why I didn't go for the Scald. Scald still would have did more damage, even though it would not have burned me. It still would have did more since it is Stab. He's going to switch out here. He's going to go into his Charizard. I actually, going to try actually to risk right here. Very big risk. I'm going to go for another rest right here, predicting either him to switch out or go for another recover. Gonna get the rest off. I can take one Flamethrower from this thing, even though I'm max special defense, max HP. This thing, I don't know what the fuck this thing was running. If this was a modest Charizard, if this was a fucking all-offensive Charizard, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this thing, but right when I needed the Dragon Tail to really come through right here, I end up getting the rest for the second time in the battle. By this point, I'm really screwed with this Mew. I'm very frustrated at this thing. It's my mascot. It's supposed to be helping me out this match. It's not listening to me. It's trying to sleep when it's ready to sleep. He's trying to think about resting when it's even ready to sleep and not helping my his trainer out. Right at this point, I have to literally sack something off again. My least valuable thing was my Zangoose. I was really hoping Zangoose can put a lot more stuff into this match. However, it's just going to get sacked off like last match I did bring it to, so nothing new there with that damn thing. Very bad draft. I really regret drafting that damn thing now. But hopefully next week if I do bring it, it will hopefully shine, because I can always throw a Choice Scarf onto it, but then I won't get the Toxic Boost, which kind of sucks. But I might actually have to try it one of these times. I'm not quite sure, but I'll just see what I run next week. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm so fucking done. He's going to go to Hitmonlee here. I'm just going to go for another rock slide. I did not want to risk the earthquake because he could have stayed in there and actually knocked me out. I thought he was going to go for the fake out here, get his unburden boost, but it was a safe play on his part that he does not activate that unburden yet. He could have needed it for a longer time, so that's a good play on his part. He's just going to go for the knockoff, get rid of my black sludge. I could have bridged this here. I really thought he was going to actually either go out the Charizard or the Cradilly or the Slush actually, or the Gastrodon go out into that. Gonna bridge to either a Thunderbolt or an ice, or something like that, or Thunder Wave. However, he does go for the Dark Pulse because it does hit my team for absolute good damage no matter what. If I would have went into Mew, my Mew would have died due to Stealth Rocks and that damage. By this point, I'm actually assuming this thing is either Choice Specs or Choice Scarfed. I actually do calc it right here. If it was not Choice Specs, I actually would have lived this. I would have lived it on around about like 1 to around about 10 HP right here, if it was not Choice Specs. So, it is. I think it is definitely is Choice Specs. Either that or it's Scarfed. I'm not quite sure, but either that or you just got a high roll. I'm not quite sure either. So, basically at this point, I have nothing for this thing. This thing completely sweeps my team. My whole walls are gone. Definitely regret not bringing Chansey this week. Chansey would have won me the game, I swear. I would have did a lot better with the Chansey. Chansey completely walls the Charizard, completely walls the Gastrodon, completely walls the Cradilly, completely walls the Regirock, which the Regirock can do a lot more damage because it does hit on the physical side, but and it completely walls the Thundurus. So I really regret that. Maybe I should have threw out the Zangoose, completely threw it on the bench for the rest of the season, brought the Chansey in, which was one of the MVPs. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do, but just glad at least we made it to playoffs. That's all I really care about. However, we did lose this match, so both of the losers of the matches, so whoever loses the match between Black City Samurats and the Roaring Shadow, the loser of that match will be going to the next week to battle for 3rd and 4th place for Season 1 playoffs. Next season should be starting, I think, in some around about December. It's to start. I have most of my drafts that I do want. I have multiple things in case I do get sniped already. I have that all written down. I actually have it in my drawer in my room here. I actually have it all written down. Most of the things. I'm not gonna draft useless shit in this season, or this shit like this again. I really know what I need to prove on. I will make a whole video and stuff like that when I do get the draft and stuff like that. So that, and there will be actually a OBA sign up video. I'm gonna actually have to ask what's his name in a few days here. I'm gonna actually maybe try to make it a video once the season is done. I'm not quite sure how many people we have signed up, but I might make a video just for more exposure. I have to ask him. I don't know if it's okay with him or not. So if you guys did enjoy, we're at least the highest we can get right now is at least 3rd place. I didn't really think we're gonna make that far in this whole season. Next season it's gonna be harder to make it that far because there's gonna be 16 players instead of 8. So next season I don't know. Depends how good the draft goes that we'll be able to get to the playoffs. I'm not quite sure. There's gonna be a lot of new players and a lot of different playing techniques and styles introduced. So I'm not quite sure how that's gonna go. But I'm not quite sure where this Twitch is. But if you guys enjoy, please drop a like down below to support your Grassy Plains Raikous. Hoping to take 3rd next week at least against whoever loses the other match this week. So, but GG. Not quite sure what else I have to say, but if you guys did enjoy it, please subscribe as well. I got that 350 subscriber giveaway going until next week Wednesday. So if you want to go into that, you can go into that in the video. Should be on the channel. Should upload it like a few days ago, so it should be there. WC, I'm here. See you guys next time.